And here's the model of all 32 teeth that the average individual has. The teeth numbers range starting on the upper right from 1 to the upper left to 16, to the lower left, tooth number 17, to the lower right, tooth number 32. So that's the normal complement of teeth of the average person. Of course, starting from the back, the big teeth are the molars. Preceding them are premolars. At the corners of the mouth, you have canine teeth. The front teeth are called incisors. The center teeth are central incisors. The teeth on each side of the centrals are the lateral incisors. In terms of toothbrushing, this is a larger model of a toothbrush than obviously what anyone would use. But you want to use a soft nylon bristle toothbrush. Any brand is not important, but it should be soft. That's critical. Otherwise, you can do damage to the gums and the teeth. The technique we're going to demonstrate is called the BASS technique, BASS technique of brushing. And what you're going to do when you brush is you're going to hold the brush at a 45-degree angle with the tooth and the gum. And you're going to brush the tooth and the gum at the same time. Don't be afraid to massage the gum as well when you're brushing. That's the purpose of a soft toothbrush. So you're going to go back and forth like this, or you can even use an oval direction to brush, just like that. You never want to brush up and down like this. That can cause gum or gingival recession, can cause the gum to pull away from the tooth, and eventually make the tooth sensitive and susceptible to decay. So never up and down, always side to side, or in an oval fashion, okay? Obviously, the back teeth, I hope you can see me. Let me hold this up a little bit. You want to brush what's called these occlusal or biting surfaces, just straightforward like this on each side. With the tip of the toothbrush, you want to brush behind the front teeth as well on the lower. On the upper, you want to brush the tops of the teeth, just like the lower, the tops of the teeth, and behind the lower front teeth, like this. The reason why you have to hold the brush vertically is because a lot of situations will not allow the brush to be used horizontally. So you want to brush with the tip to the middle of the brush, right on top of the tooth. It's always important as well, when you brush your teeth afterwards, to brush your tongue. Clean the bacteria from your tongue, because the tongue is actually a food trap for bacteria. You can use some toothpaste, okay? I would recommend doing that, and we're going to get into flossing 2 to 3 times a day. All right, 2 to 3 times a day. Also use your mouth rinse. I would recommend a fluoridated toothpaste. Any of the leading brands are fine. For those who don't feel like they want to have fluoride, you can use a non-fluoridated organic toothpaste, but I would alternate organic and fluoridated toothpaste. One day organic, one day fluoridated. Now we're going to demonstrate flossing. The type of floss isn't that critical. The only thing I would recommend is a waxed floss, as opposed to an unwaxed floss, because there's less of a chance of the floss snapping, breaking, and shredding, and get caught around the teeth and under the gums. When you floss, you want to take a piece of floss like this, about 12 inches. You're going to wrap the floss around your index fingers and your thumbs, and you're going to manipulate the floss like this, up and down. We can't use the larger model because the floss won't get through the teeth. But on the smaller model, you want to put the floss right down, like that. You're going to floss the surfaces, every surface of every tooth. Never pull like that either. If you have some difficulty getting the floss through, don't force it. The other thing is, you never want to floss up and down, okay? Every surface of every tooth, you need to floss, all right? It takes time. When you first start to floss, a few things might happen. First of all, you should do it in front of a mirror to get adjusted to the routine, then you would need a mirror after a while. Second of all, you may notice a little bit of gum bleeding because the gum has to get adjusted to the floss. It treats the floss as a foreign object. And the gum will become inflamed initially, but that swelling and inflammation will subside. But you must floss at least twice a day. So every surface of every tooth. Okay? Just like that. If you have a lot of fillings, be careful when you floss. Don't pull the floss straight up because that can dislodge a filling. Bring the floss down between the teeth and out the side, just like that, of every tooth. Okay? The uppers as well, it's hard to show on these models, but you can get the idea. Down and out the side. Okay? If the floss shreds, you can just discard that and take another piece of floss. Anything else on oral hygiene? It's important to use a mouth rinse. I'm not endorsing the product, but I think this is a very good product. It's called ACT or ACT. For adults, it's fluoridated. They also make a version for children, a children's ACT, which is very good. And mouth rinses are, anyone's preference. But again, I would recommend a little bit of fluoride. Fluoride is important because it keeps the bacteria in check that cause gum disease and cavities. And while the prevalence of cavities is not as great as it used to be, they still do exist. And, the average 6-year-old can still have the potential for developed cavities. And that's pretty much everything.